Today on Till Vacuum Do Us Part. Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. Today's video is a home refresh, so I'm going to be sharing lots of tips and tricks in today's video on how to decorate once you've taken down some of your holiday decor. I did this after Christmas and you guys really seemed to enjoy it, so I thought I would do it with Valentine's Day as well. Now I know most of us don't go all out like we do for Christmas for Valentine's Day, but it is nice just to kind of reset and refresh once any holiday decor comes down. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. The first piece we're going to be working on is our chandelier in our living room. So this is a little bit bigger project than what I would be doing for most refresh, but this space needed it. So when we first bought this house and was picking out the decor for it, especially with our builder, we thought we would be going more glam, which we did, but I learned real quick, as much as I love glam, it's not the way I wanted this house to be. So Chase is going to go ahead and get that down. He's putting together our new light that we found off Amazon, so I'll have that link down below in my description box. But let's get this hung so we can see what it's going to look like. We're trying to clear out the living room because we're going to have to bring in a ladder to hang this light. We have super tall ceilings, and luckily a few years ago Chase found this super tall ladder at a garage sale and it was only $5. We keep it out in our shed just because even in our garage it's just so big to store, but when we need to do something up high, I'm always so thankful to have it. But it is really hard just to get in our house and set up. You're gonna see us like finagle it to try to figure out which direction. Just with our chandelier and our beams, it's really hard to get it upright without scratching any of the walls. So that's what you're gonna be watching right here. This ladder actually terrifies me. I can only get to about the 4th step on it. I am just super terrified of heights, so I'm so glad Chase can do this, and it really does not bother him at all. You can see me on my ladder. I'm just there to help assist him if I need to hand him anything, and I'm also going to help him as he lowers this chandelier because it is super heavy and I don't want him to like get off balance coming down. So we brought that ladder in, but it still did not do a lot of justice, and I do not like getting at like the tops of ladders. So you can see right here we're both struggling to like get pass off the drill, but no one was harmed in the making of this video. The hardest part was going to be getting this chandelier down and just getting it like unwired, but luckily since the ladder was so tall, Chase was able just to rest it on the top of the ladder while he unwired a few of the pieces. Definitely keep in mind, if you're going to be tackling a chore like this, we go flip the breaker every time, so there's no electricity running to this area, so just keep that in mind. That's actually when I'm filming why it looks a little bit darker. It's because there's no light in this room. It's just a natural window light. And then in every video like this, I always have to show you my boys. They're always nice and close. They're making sure we're doing our job, but they're always sleeping on the job. But yet if we mess up, they're right there to make sure we are aware of it. So George is the big one and Tiger is the little one.
All I know is that things change. We find a way to make it through. 'Cause all we know.
Now we're on to the little bit easier part. This is lighter, but you can tell it's a little awkward. And then we're trying to decide the height of where we want it to hang, but it's also really hard to tell because Chase has to hold it so it's angled. So we kind of just guessed and went with it. If we had to readjust it, we could have, but luckily the first time we did it, it worked out perfectly. So all he's going to do is install this real fast. We're going to add the light bulbs, and then here in a second we're going to be moving on to decorating the rest of the space. So we're going to be taking down all of my Valentine's Day decor and then freshening up the rest of the decor. I'm going to be shopping my house. I bought a few new pieces, but I didn't use all of them, so I still have a return. So we'll be doing all of that. But I always get lots of questions about what I do with the pieces that I'm taking down or switching out. So basically a lot of the pieces in my house my family has already claimed. So I know if I move a lamp or a rug, I know who wants it. If nobody in my family or my friends want it, then typically we donate it or sell it, just depending on the condition and how much money we have into it. I will say I do donations a lot. It's really close to my daughter's dance studio. I probably take 1 to 2 loads a week just to like a small donation center in our small town here. So typically that's where it's going. But like I said, friends and family, if they want it, they're welcome to it. And then if it was like a really expensive piece like this chandelier, nobody needed it, so we went ahead and sold it. So somebody got a really good deal on it and we made a little money back.
And you're looking for a way back home. I've been like that only you can see. You can see.
And now we have to figure out a way to get this ladder out of the house. So you saw us struggling getting it in. Now we're going to struggle getting it back down.
When all gets lost, we can count on hope when there's rivers to cross. Oh, and I know our lives will always change, but our hearts forever stay the same. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out.
Okay, and here's the after. I feel like it looks so good in this space. I love that we got to hang it lower. So when our chandelier was installed, we weren't here, and I felt like they just hung it a little bit too high, but I wasn't gonna ask them to fix it because I know it was heavy and hard to hang. I was just thankful they did it for us. So I love how it turned out, but now we're gonna be moving on to the decorating portion. So sometimes it's fun to get a few new pieces. You don't need a ton, you can shop your house. I did pick up a few signs. I knew I wouldn't use all of these for my mantle, but I knew I was gonna need some, and I didn't know if I wanted to go with like a pop of color of green to match the plants in my house or all neutrals. So I bought both, and then I just return the ones I don't use. So I'm really good at doing returns, and so is Chase. If you're not, then don't overbuy, but I know whatever we don't use will go straight back to the store. So we picked those up, and then I grabbed a few new pillows to test out, and then everything else I'm just going to be shopping the house. But if you can get a few new pieces or switch it with some friends or family members, be like, hey, let's do a refresh, and everybody like meet up and bring some decor pieces that they're not using anymore, then you guys can swap out and get new pieces for free, and like everybody wins. So I always think that's fun to do too. Me and my sister do this with clothes and home decor. It's a little bit harder now because she lives in Texas, but my mom goes back and forth a lot, and we'll just like fill up her car with stuff. And it's just a good way to save money and get new pieces, and you don't have to spend money out of your like bank account. Here is a tip when you're packing breakables, especially like holiday decor. I use my holiday hand towels. I typically have those for every holiday, or blankets. If you do like mats around your house, it's really smart to take your breakable items and roll them up in those softer items, and then it just packs it down and you don't have to like waste anything or fill it up with unneeded items for next year. If there was like a ton of paper in there, it would fill it up. If you have to do that, great. But if you have any items that are soft, definitely just wrap up those breakables in it, and then you'll be able to reuse them next year. You're gonna see right here, this heart cutting board is marble. It is so heavy and so breakable, and I have to pack away this blanket anyways, so I'm just gonna roll it up. Both items were going in this tub either way, but now they protect each other. Just a little tip to go along with that though, try to remember that or put a note on your tub if this is your first year doing it, because you'll just like rip out those hand towels and like all your breakable pieces will fly out of it and break. Not that I've done that before, I'm just saying if this is your first time, you might put a little sticky note when you first open it up so you're reminded like, hey, there's breakables in here and it's wrapped up in my hand towels and blankets.
And it's like you're untouchable.
I'm probably going to get asked a lot why I'm taking down my Valentine's Day so early, because this is going up before Valentine's Day. So you guys are going to have Valentine's Day tomorrow, so happy Valentine's Day. For us, Monday is a super busy day. Savannah has a lot of dance, I always have a lot of work, we just have stuff to get done, and so we celebrate it on the weekend. So we've already had our Valentine's Day, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and take it down so we can have a fresh start when the week happens. Valentine's Day around here is never like a huge deal. We don't do anything major, so we just exchange small gifts and we always dress up. Normally, even since Savannah was a baby, her and I would get in dresses, and Chase would come home from work and I would have put a pot roast in and we would all just eat at home. So you guys know me, we eat out for a lot of our meals, and I don't like cooking, but I hate crowds even more, so I like steer clear of restaurants on Valentine's Day. So that is one day of the year you can always find me cooking, and I think it's just fun to get dressed up and make it special and have like candles on the table. So that's what we do, and we've already done that. So that's why I'm taking down all this decor and doing the refresh now. As you can see here, my fireplace mantle had gotten really dirty just from holiday decor being up here. Once I decorate it, I rarely take it down, especially for a holiday like Christmas where there's like tons of breakable stuff up there. I knew this holiday, you never really have Valentine's Day up for long, so I didn't worry about cleaning it. And I think there's some like sticky residue left over from like taping up garland and stuff from Christmas, so everything is sticking to it. So while I take down all that decor, I'm gonna go ahead and get this nice and clean before I start redecorating it just for like the normal season.
All night, all night. I'll sing until my lungs give out. You're beautiful.
I first tried a magic eraser and it was just like sticking to it just as bad, and so I went and grabbed some Goo Gone and a paper towel, and that really helped to get most of it off. So now that I decorate, I'm not like adding more fluff to it. So I'm gonna put up my first main pieces. I love having my black candlesticks up here with these candles. These are on timers, so it's so nice in the evening. They turn on and then they turn off later, like after we go to bed. red, but it just looks like real flames. So if you don't have any candles like that, I highly suggest getting some because I love having them throughout my entire house in the evenings. I feel like it's just so pretty and romantic. And now I'm putting up my plant up there and candles on this side, and then we'll start grabbing the signs that I had bought new from the store. This layering on my fireplace is pretty new. That's why every time I decorate, I'm having to get new signs. So now I have like Christmas signs, I have Valentine Day signs. So then next year when it rolls around, I already have them pre-bought, but typically I leave things really, really simple, and I've just loved layering this fireplace lately. So that's why every holiday and every season that rolls around, you see me buying more. It's so that I get them built up and then I can switch them out and change them. But I'm so excited to see how this is going to turn out. I didn't think I'd like the green, but I had to try. So you can see those came down quickly. I don't start taking off packages and tags until I know I love it and I'm going to keep it. I do this with pillows and all sorts of things. So do not take those tags off until you're 100% sure, even if you leave them on for a couple days, because if you don't use it, you want to be able to return it and get your money back.
Longing for you, longing for you. Oh, but I can't get back. What can I do? What can I do when your train is gone? I don't wanna go back, back. Don't wanna go back. If you are not with me, hey, do you read me? Go back, back to where we came from. If my hands are empty, hey, do you read me? Go back.
When you're decorating an area or a space, or even just giving it a refresh, it may take a few tries, so you don't just nail it every time. Sometimes you can get it the first time, and I love when that happens, but more than not, it takes a few tweaks. So you're gonna see me mess with this over and over throughout the rest of this video, and still to this day, I'm like laying on the sofa in the evenings like, what is it missing? Like I still feel like it's missing something, and I'll eventually figure out and it's perfect. So don't think you're gonna get it right the first time every time. It may even take a few days to get it. It may take a few times going to the store or shopping your house. So definitely show yourself some grace, because sometimes it takes a little while just to get it the way you like it.
You were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. How it's gonna say.
Since I put away my heart coasters, I'm pulling out my hexagon ones now. If you guys are up to date on my video, I did a like faux tile wall in our laundry room, and I had to go buy a hexagon tile. And then one of you guys, because you guys are so much smarter than me, reminded me that I had like hexagon tile coasters. So I could have used that to work on the wall. So look at the coasters in your house and then go watch that video, and you'll be amazed what you can do with like a coaster and some paint. It's definitely shocking, but keep that in mind if you're going to be doing that project. And now we're going to talk pillows. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go no color like you're seeing right here and just beautiful texture, or if I wanted to still have the black one in front of it. And right now, for like the look and the mood I'm feeling, I'm gonna remove the black for a little while. Don't worry, I know how much we all love those pillows. It went into my office on my futon, so I can still enjoy them. But I'm loving the simplicity of just all the neutrals, because in real life, the sectionals typically full of blankets all day long. I do fold them and put them away at night, but when people come over, there was just a lot going on because all of my blankets are like the leopard or plaid. So I loved just having like the simple pillows on there, but yet they have texture to add interest. And then I had bought this vase for actually another video, but as I was working on adding neutrals, I realized I did not like the black vase on the black coffee table, and this just looked beautiful. So I'm so glad I made that switch. And now we're gonna head into my dining room. When I was packing away all my Valentine's Day decor, I forgot that I had bought these little napkins. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those put away and put in the box, so when it goes up in the attic, everything's together. So while I was working on my dining room table, something just clicked. As much as I loved that white vase in there with the greenery on that table, I told you guys that's been my favorite setup so far. I just felt like my fireplace was like calling its name, and so I took it over there. You can see I'm tweaking again, but I feel like it looks beautiful over here with all of these prints. I'm loving like the neutral tones and like the different stains of wood and then the pop of black in home. I'm really loving like the simplicity of all the colors, yet it's layered so it has just some interest. So that's why I moved that over there. But as always, it creates this like domino effect, because when you shop your house and you don't have a ton of extra decor, it gets hard, because now I've created an issue in my dining room that I promise we will work on too. Right now I'm just going from room to room shopping my house, making sure there's no overflow or something in a space I don't love. So you're gonna see me just keep pacing until I figure out what needs to go where. I feel like my bedrooms and rooms and offices are all getting the way I love them, because typically I can walk in a space and pull a ton of stuff out of it, but I have such pretty setups I didn't want to take them apart, which says a lot. That means I've got them set up the way I like them. I did finagle a few plants. I feel like that's something you can always do some rearranging, and it freshens up the space, and one plant should be able to move to a different location and both should still look great. So if you're just needing a little bit of change and you have $0 to spend, just move around some silly stuff like pillows or lamps or plants, and they should flow throughout your house unless you have like really different styles in each bedroom. But it really does make it feel fresh, even though it's the same items that you're decorating with that you've already had in your house. I'm going to be 110% honest with you guys. I could not make my dining room table work. I just did not have enough decor to work with it. I could not figure out what I wanted. I had taken the plates off because I had only decorated with those for Valentine's Day, because I felt like it was just a really formal look, and that's kind of what Valentine's Day is to me. And I didn't realize how much I loved having those place settings out, so I went ahead and put them back on the table, but I didn't add like the fancy cloth napkin or silverware, but it is setting out, so I still have a lot of tweaking to do with that. I don't love the candles, I don't love the place settings, so I'll eventually get to that one day, but I even turned off the camera trying to mess with it and gave up. So I came on in here into the entryway, and just flipping out one pillow I felt like made a huge difference to me. Do you guys see George in there hiding in the mirror? I think that's so cute. But sometimes it's just switching out one piece and a space can feel so much better. So just by taking out that busy pattern and putting in a solid one, it's affordable, it's easy, it's simple. So try not to get overwhelmed when you're decorating, and just try to do simple little flips or switcheroos in your house, and it really can feel fresh and new again without spending a ton of money. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching today's video. If you've been around for a while and haven't subscribed, I would love for you to hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. If you have been a subscriber for any length of time, just thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your kindness and support. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I have plenty more coming your way. I can't wait to get filmed and edited and posted for you guys. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Next time, so I know I'll see you next time, next time, next time.